I think. So, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Almost everything we did last night did not save. So, that's really awesome. Yeah, we lost a bunch of progress for no reason. I guess I closed the game before properly saving or something. So that's a little annoying. I mean, you know, it may give us the chance to do things a little bit better, but still frustrating nevertheless. So that being said, we're just gonna get back into it. So, we are back to the point where we are still unlocking Gemini and doing all that stuff. Oh, there goes that audio. So, we have, I think, we still have our lunar mappers, or we have our lunar orbiters. Yeah, okay. So we didn't lose that progress, which is nice. We're just about to launch our communications satellite thing. So yeah, let's get that started. I am a little upset about that, if I'm being honest, because we had a lot of progress that we lost there. But we'll do it again, and hopefully this time we'll do it better. So, this is our first communication satellite contract. Apparently we have insufficient avionics, so we will recover that. I don't know where we're at right now. I'm kind of in a weird middle place now where I don't exactly know what we need to be doing. But we'll figure it out. Alright, let's recover you. Edit this, we actually have the controllable mass we need. So we have Apple Centaur, which was not like, we didn't lose as much as I thought we did actually. It seems like, because if we have Apple Centaur, then we're okay. Hello, someone did something. What happened? Hey, Impulse is now following. Thank you so much, Impulse. So kind. So let's edit these avionics. We need to make them 160 controllable, like that, and then we can save that. It's only gonna take us 4 hours, so that's not bad. Hello, Impulse. Welcome to the stream, dude. I am Israel. I love your stream. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You're not Israel. My next question is, do we have our Gemini rocket designed on this anymore? I don't know. That will be an interesting question. Dude, I just got invited to play Counter-Strike. We're playing Kerbal Space Program. I can't play Counter-Strike. Okay, back to this. First, navigational satellite. We're gonna do this again. So we're gonna be like 360 by 360 with an orbit of 90. The inclination. Alright, let's send it. Let's get a launch out of the way early this time. So yeah, this thing's kind of a beast. We are going to use the living hell out of this vehicle, especially for small sats and stuff like that. So, it's nice to have it. It's literally just our Apple rocket, which was this first stage, with the Centaur stage on top. It's not super complicated, but definitely does the job. I mean, it gets us into this orbit with 2,000 meters per second remaining. This probably means we can send some small stuff into geostationary orbit as well. I just sent James Webb Space Telescope in orbit around the Sun, Earth L2 point. What, using Principia? Sick if true. Nice. Okay, 8 seconds on the burn. Let's finish that like that. Alright, we gotta check for stable orbit for 2 minutes. And we're done. Okay, cool. Glad to have that done with. If you have Amazon Prime Impulse, you should link that in Prime Sub. Yeah. Okay. We're doing good on our rep. We have a lot of money, which is nice. We have researchers hiring automatically. Do we have our Gemini vehicle on here? I canceled it, bro. But they don't have Amazon Prime in Hey! Impulse subscribed to Prime. Turns out he did not cancel it. Thank you for the sub, Impulse. Okay, we do have our Gemini. That's good. There were a couple things on this that I wanted to fix, I think. Such as our controllable mass on our avionics, which are here. That was low for some reason last time. Don't know why, but it was. HTP is good. We have our orbital maneuvering thrusters, which can look something like that. That looks good. Does that cover next poker buy-in? That's $2.50, man. I mean, I can take some money off it. But we're gonna throw a little service module in here because we want to make this thing be able to stay in orbit for a very, very long time. So we're gonna throw some. I think we were low on water last time. Where's water? Just water. Man, that's a long list. Can you search? You can't search. That's sick. Where is just water? Wastewater. We don't want to be adding poop water. Where is water? I know I can add water to this. This is annoying. Am I stupid? Am I just missing it? Water is somewhere on this list. I promise. Apparently it's not. Oh, there it is. Found it. Okay. And we do not need that much. How much does this come with by default? 6 liters. And that lasts us like a day and a half. So what we can do, let's give it like 20 liters of water. That's probably still excessive, but that will do the job. Definitely make this smaller. Or can we? Will that not fit 20 liters of water? That seems hard to believe. Yeah, it will. Okay. Is there anything else you want to add? Maybe electric charge? It's probably a good idea. Maybe we'll add 150,000 EC onto that. And then maybe we will add some oxygen as well. Something like that. Okay, that does push our mass up a little bit, which is fine. Okay, that looks good. So that will give us a lot better on-orbit times, which is going to be important for later stuff. Let's simulate this quickly. Oh, that's really weird. It kept the other version of the vessel from the save that got corrupted. Or didn't save. Wasn't that weird? Huh. Anyway, let's simulate this quick. See if we can, see if this still works and everything. I don't see why it wouldn't. But. Okay, looks like we're fine. We're gonna have an extra 400 meters per second even, so that's great. Nothing to worry about there. And we'll check our food and water durations here. So, we have... Oh, yeah. We have plenty of everything. How about EC? Well, that's going to change, so we'll look at that in a second. We want to be able to orbit for like a week with this thing, ideally. So, let's see if we get there. We're at 4 days right now, but that's with this on still. So we should get way lower than that, I would think. Cool. Israeli in chat? Yes, he is. At least he subbed, you know? Okay, so we have 6 days of electricity. We could use some more than that, but 6 days is not bad. That's enough for what we need to do. On orbit, we have 900 meters per second of delta V, which is plenty. Food and water, totally fine. We can actually lower the level of food. We have 30 days of food on here. Although that's with 1 Kerbal. Oh, that is with 1 Kerbal. So we're going to cut all these in half. So we actually could use some more water. Oxygen and food is fine, but more water for sure. Okay. We'll do that. We'll add another 10 liters of water or something. Yeah, I don't know if you were here for the stream last night, but it doesn't matter if you weren't, because we lost all of our progress. Let's keep it 35 liters of water. Oh, we ran out of space. Make it a little bit longer. 35 liters of water. We're going to add... not 300 megajoules, but we can add... we can do 200 instead of what we had. And then oxygen. That has 4.5 kiloliters, so we'll add... I don't know. 2,500. That's only... I don't... Actually, I think we're fine on oxygen, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, that doubles our oxygen amount, so I think we're going to call that fine. Okay, this thing's ready to go. Wow. It costs a lot to do the service module. Okay, so we're just waiting on funds for this, but we're done with that. Yeah, we lost like 3 years of progress, 2.5 years of progress last night, or this morning. So, not the best outcome, to be sure, but it'll be alright. We're gonna start building that. Anything else we need to be building here while we have time? We're gonna need to upgrade our astronaut complex at some point, but we don't have to do that right now. So I think we're fine. We can just do the admin building. We're still gaining a bunch of money. Oh shoot, did not mean to hit that. Okay, well now we're at 80k. That's cool. Let's... okay. Let's build our far side lander, I think. Because do we have to wait for our mapping to be able to do that? Far side landing? No, we do not. So, let's do that now. We'll base it on the comm stage. Oh wait, do we have a... what is this? Is this the one from last night? Oh, it is. That's so funny. It's literally the, it's just the same craft from last night. Oh, but we don't have the stuff we need for it. Early docking procedure. What do we need docking for? Oh. What part do we have on this that uses a docking procedure? What? Is it on here? It is on here. What are we using that needs a docking procedure? Something on here? Oh, it's the fuel. It is the fuel. It's because we're using, yeah, it's because we're using that instead of HTTP. Okay, that's fine. We can just fix that for now. It's not going to be the end of the world. It'll give us similar performance. And then we're going to have to put the worst panels on it, but that's fine. To be honest, we don't actually need the antenna. That gives us a lot of delta V. So we might do something like that. Not quite like that, but just don't know if these are going to produce enough power. Yeah, it looks kind of stupid, doesn't it? What if we just use 4 and we make them bigger? I think that is the far better option. So we'll go with that. Okay. And then let's check our controllable masses quick. That's fine. That is fine. We have everything here unlocked. We do have an unlock cost though. What do we have an unlock cost on? Is it because we're using the better configuration of RL10? Yeah, it is. We're going to spend that money because we're going to want that configuration anyway, so that's not an issue. We got to tool that. That's fine. Alright, this thing's ready to launch. Golden nuts. You trying to say my rocket looks like golden nuts? It's hurtful. 173 days, and I'm guessing we don't have our engineers applied correctly. That is true. Yeah, we're fine on that for now. Alright, 57 days till we can do that. We'll get that done right away. Oh, well. Okay, we can check that in a minute. We're getting that done, and then once we have that, we can do our orbiter. How long do we have on early commercial? Oh, till 1967. We have plenty of time on that. We do not need to rush that. This we will have done soon. Crude orbit, we do kind of have to rush. But that's a funding and training issue, so there's nothing much we can do there besides we can turn down this construction rate because we don't need the admin building to be done that quickly. And we can gain a bunch of money by doing that, which we'll just start pocketing. So let's do that. My nuts are golden. 6767. Oh my goodness. I got brain rot in the chat, guys. Alright, Moon and Beyond. Alright, this is going to be our lunar far side lander. Let's make sure we have the contract active. Far side landing. Yep. Alright, let's do it, guys. It's another big one. Hey, what's up? Totorino. I don't know if you were here last night for the stream, but we lost almost all of that progress. Because I guess I didn't save the game right. So, that's pretty cool. What is this? Oh, that's the RL10 stage. That's really funny. That thing is just going to be in orbit forever now. It's kind of funny. Hey, something happened. What happened? Twidget Gray is now following. Thank you for the follow, Twidget Gray. Appreciate it, man. Why is this not auto-warping? Launch into plane of target. Disengage, engage. It's not auto-warping. Why? Do we have an alarm clock going off or something? No. Alright, I guess I'll do it myself. Why is that not warping automatically? It's very strange. Whatever. Do it ourselves. My goodness, these freaking alerts. If anyone knows how to mute those alerts in RP-1, alright, well, let's go. How long were you on? I don't know how long the stream was. We probably lost like 2 hours of progress. So, not amazing. I think I'm just going to pull those VODs down, to be honest, and then we'll just treat today as a redo kind of thing. I didn't really want to do that, but... I mean, to be honest, we also did make some mistakes yesterday, so maybe it's not the end of the world. We have the ability to fix... So I missed nothing? I mean, pretty much. You missed... The main thing we did that wasn't there is we set up a... the main thing that actually saved is we have a lunar communications network set up now. So there's 2 or 3 satellites in orbit of the moon that's giving us coverage for farside landings, which is what we're doing right now. But yeah, that would be the main thing. You pretty much didn't miss anything else. Alright, good ignition on the RL-10. Cool. We're looking good, guys. Yeah, we're doing good. We're going to be doing some more lunar landings for science and stuff, so... Not the end of the world. Activate these RCS. And we are go for TLI. Why is the in-game music playing? Look, it's at 0%. And now it's gone. Okay, cool. Okay, for some reason auto warp just doesn't work right now. This is slightly frustrating. And we just missed our node because of it. Why? I don't understand this. Our auto warp is just not working at all. I'm gonna have to restart the game here. There's definitely a chance I really broke something with the whole losing all of our progress thing. Let's hope that isn't the case. Oh, I don't have auto warp enabled. That might have done it. But why did that get removed here? Auto warp is enabled on the ascent stage. So, who knows? Okay, well, at least this is now working. Yeah, 6-7, haha. Can you guys believe Little Enzyme is not subbed to me? So hurtful. I'm trolling. That's my girlfriend, everybody. Alright, go for TLI. Kill the warp. Okay. We can decouple this. We have RCS control, so we can define control. So let's look at our thing here. We want to be flying by at a reasonable altitude. Something like that. Hey, something else just happened. Well, Enzyme is now following. Oh. You weren't even following. I'm so sad. Okay, we're good here. I think we can time warp. How are we looking on charge? We're looking very bad because we can't see the sun. Well, we can see the sun now, so we're good. Alright. Let's warp, and then we're gonna do our landing, guys. See if we can get it first try again. We're gonna break, like, right here. So we don't have good communications, but that's fine because we have a relay network. Which will do all the work for us, hopefully. Okay, right there. We need to point this antenna. Where's communications? Oh. So remember that antenna that I got rid of? That def means I love him more. What about me? I mean, you guys all love me, clearly. Oh, we do have control. Okay. I guess that's fine. Don't know how we're... I don't know how we have control right now. But we're not going to complain. Alright, start to slow her down. We want to land... I mean, we want to kill our horizontal velocity here as best we can. Because we need to land somewhat here, close to here. So we pretty much want to bring ourselves right back down. Alright, we're going to leave this at 1500. Like that. There we go. Oh, we are being passed through the relay. Okay, we're fine. I don't know why I thought the relay wasn't working. Alright, time to impact. We want to burn at... I believe 1 minute. Well, we can go off the suicide burn countdown, actually. We want to burn slightly positive on our suicide burn countdown. So, stop time warping. Let's ullage the engine. We're going to burn at plus 20. Sorry if I'm not looking at chat right now, guys. I'm just a chud, I don't know. Aw. Alright, 15 seconds. We're going to burn now. Okay. Run that science while we're doing this. Go to altitude mode. We do have one more ignition remaining. Yeah, we can do this a little bit more efficiently. Just a little bit, though. We'll burn at 30 seconds to impact. Burn now. And we'll burn off the rest of that bottom descent stage. Keep getting ads to the sub. Is this a sign? I mean, come on. Can you tell Valve to drop new armory? Yeah, get to work. Alright, separation and ignition. Okay, that's really bad. Our suicide burn countdown currently says that we are going to hit the surface. Yeah, I think we're a little heavy here. So we're going to burn straight up to try and avoid hitting the surface. Guys, we might crash into the surface of the moon. Gotta be honest with you. I mean, our vertical velocity is coming down quite a bit. But I don't know if it's enough. We're using our RCS and our thrusters. And we're lagging. Cool. Yeah, guys, I think we're gonna crash. I mean, if we can get our vertical speed low enough, we might be okay. But I don't know if we can. We don't seem to be slowing down very much. Alright, brace for impact. Let's see if we can somehow survive 180 seconds. Oh my gosh. There's a chance, guys. Just don't break. Okay, we can do a little bouncing. Okay, we broke. Alright, well, there we go. We crashed into the moon. Just say it was an advanced lunar impactor probe? Yeah, sure. So it turns out the thrust to weight on that landing stage is not nearly enough. We didn't change this, though. But sure enough. Alright, well, let's throw on... these guys instead. Okay, those actually do a lot better. Okay, making these smaller also makes a big difference. And we can only put 2 experiments on board now for some reason. Don't know why that's the case, but I guess it is. The magnetometer is really heavy. So let's try and put something... let's just put cheap experiments on it. Okay. 2.25 this time, so that will be fine. Yeah. This thing's ready to go. Let's run it back. Get chugging. Damn, ball muncher. Why don't you use MacJib vessel info? Look at max acceleration, do a little math, find out how long you need to burn for. Cause I don't wanna. Pretty much would be, I would say, primary part of it. Okay, we can start training our astronauts on the mission for Gemini. Actually, no, we can't, because we need to unlock the part. Which we have enough for, maybe? Yep, just barely. Okay, we can start training them. It's going to take 95 days. We don't quite have the rocket unlocked, but once we do, we'll be alright. And then there's our interplanetary science, so then we can build our mapper as well. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I go study. No! Ah, that's fine. That's chill. It's reasonable. Proxy Centauri mission. That's next week. Yeah, that's next week. Yeah, we just finished our totally successful lunar impactor mission, so hooray for that, I guess. I know, I cannot believe Bingus just flew into the moon. That's my fault, though. I should have checked that. It is truly my bad, so we will be okay. We shall recover. And hey, we get to run it back. Isn't that exciting? We get more flight data and stuff, I guess. Actually, we did get data on this engine, which is useful, so it's not the end of the world. It's okay. Time for Bingus 6-7. Absolutely. Bingus 6-7 is heading to the moon. Godspeed, Bingus 6-7. Yeah, we could have given this top stage more performance, to be honest, because we have an extra, like 150 meters per second on our RL10 stage. Especially with these new engines, but we'll be alright. Just running it back, guys. No big dealio. Sad part is that one would have been a success if I would have thought about my thrust to weight, but I just didn't realize it was that much of a problem. We were damn close to. I mean, we did not need much more vertical velocity killing to make that landing at least possible. So, not the end of the world. Alright, create and execute. Bingus67 is on his way to the moon, guys. Well, not yet. He's about to be on his way to the moon. Nobody in YouTube chat today, dude. It's sad. This is very chill. We are having a very fun time. I'm gonna do something while this is working. I think... How do I do that? Plasma Games, hey! Welcome. Yeah, we kind of lost all of our progress from last night, so... Oh wait, never mind. That's... Yeah, I'm stupid. Alright, we are going to the moon, guys. Just scroll past your stream, stop by to watch. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna do something cool. Although, I don't think I can... How do I do that? Sorry, I'm looking at something with the stream while this fires. Okay, unfortunately, guys, we are only going to have a Twitch chat box, because I cannot figure out how to add a YouTube one at the same time as Twitch. Is it possible? Probably. Do I know how to do it? No. So I think, if someone types in chat, this will work. On Twitch, not on YouTube. What's the mission here? We are sending our far side lunar lander, currently. Meow. Look at that. You meowed into the chat. Cool. We have a chat box. Do we want to put it like over here? I don't know. You're like right there. Make smaller? I did make it smaller. Like that much smaller? Plasma, we are on Bingus67. We are on Bingus67, that's true. We just had a failed lunar landing due to some slight oversights from the construction committee. Personally, I blame the Russians. We should change our trajectory while we can easily. It's actually close to where we want it. I just want to extend it a little bit. Something like that. Alright, that looks good. Bingus67 heads back to the moon. This time, hopefully, without any terrible failures. Then what's the lander? I thought we were calling the lander Bingus67. I don't know, man. I can't keep up with all these naming conventions. Alright, let's hit our intercept here. Okay, we are intercepted with the moon. We need to be very careful with our time warp here. We really do not want to slam into the moon at Mach Jesus. Okay, I'll start doing it visually. Where's the moon? How can I not see the moon? Am I stupid? That's the Earth. Where's the moon? Guys, I can't find the moon. What the heck? I mean, I guess it's the dark side of the moon, so we can't see it easily. Let's get closer. Okay. Now we should... Okay, there's the moon. Yeah, we just couldn't see it because it was dark. Cool. Alright, let's try again. Alright, let's get serious. Dark Side of the Moon. It is a great album. Honey Thing. I ate the moon. Dude, what the heck? Why'd you eat the moon? We need that. That's important. Come on, dude. Alright. We are going to fire at T minus 145 to impact. We're going to fly this the exact same as we flew the other ones. So 145 to impact is when we're going to fire this engine. So, now. Alright, that begins our descent. Signal bounce through relay. Isn't that cool? Okay, science is running. We're right on target. You were hungry. I mean, hey, fair enough, man. You know, more power to you if you want to eat the moon, I guess. Okay, we're looking good here, guys. We're going to cut this engine and wait till we hit our suicide burn counter again. Because this stage almost has enough to land by itself. See, we're going to fire it now. Because we want to be safe. Okay, can we LH, please? There we go. Alright. We're looking a lot better. It tastes like rock. Who would have guessed that, possibly? Who could have possibly predicted something like that? Yeah, this is a real suicide burn here. We are going to be very close to the surface when this cuts out, but that's okay. Alright, we're looking much better this time. Fire it off. Alright. Guys, we're looking a lot better this time. Call that first one just a total fluke. Use our suicide burn countdown here. We want to trust this pretty much now, so I'm going to hit it. Now. You can use the RCS to adjust it a little bit. Let's get up to a second of margin, like that. Try and hold it at a second if we can. The sound is like ingrained into my skull forever, dude. Okay, mission complete. Let's time warp like 10 minutes. So we have our experiments done. Experiments are done. Contract complete. Honeybug has landed, everybody. Landing on airless rocks in KSP is always fun, I think. Yeah, I hope so. Okay. That is a big mission accomplishment there. We need to get on to Gemini now. Let's see how much money we're missing. Yeah, so get this, Impulse. Joule does not exist in this. So I don't know the answer to that question. Okay, Gemini. How much are we missing for unlock? 100k. Okay, we need 100k. which is fine. We'll give this a second to tick over. Is there anything we can be... I will paint Jupiter green for you. There we go. There's the obvious answer. Hey, can someone look up how to mute these alerts? It's like Kerbalism, I think is the mod. Alright. Gemini 1 is launching. Well, Gemini 1 is being built to launch. This all looks good. Spend the unlock credit. Alright. Very good. What's the year? 1964. So, we have not a lot of time, to be honest, to be able to get our 2 missions done. But we'll be alright. We need to get that done quicker. Yeah, we don't have all the engineers we need here. Go 15,000 in reserve. Because, yeah, we need to get this done as soon as possible. That's going to put us in early 1965. We really need to be quicker than that. Shoot. Well, there's nothing we can do. Yeah. Shoot. Alright, let's get our contracts here. First rendezvous and first EVA. You know what, though? I wonder if we can do this mapping. I wonder if we could do that on our Apple Centaur vehicle. Still have time to beat the US? Yeah. That's true. I mean, we're not doing too bad, to be honest. We're going to see if we can design something here. Because if we can build a rocket that is around 160 tons that we can send to the moon, that would be really cool. But I think our problem is going to be... yeah, I just don't think we have the mass to orbit. I mean... what if we did this, though? This engine's going to be expensive to unlock. It's also not at all the way we want to do this. It's 120,000 if I want to unlock it. But if we use, obviously, hydrogen, our tons go absurdly down. Like, too much down, even. So I think... okay, we also definitely do not want 5 of these. It gives us a thrust to weight of way too much. We can get away with probably 2. Well, maybe not 2. Oh no, we can get away with 2. Yeah, it's 140k. We're going to come back to this. I think there's something to be done there. Can always copy multiple, I assume, landers on the moon. Surely a mad one won't be that difficult. I mean, honestly, we're not in like a terrible spot. Falcon 9, no Falcon Heavy, recover the boosters. Yeah, I wish, dude. I wish. Well, yeah. 85 days till we get that done. Can we do it any faster? 75 days? Alright. See, our problem here is that our Gemini crew is going to finish training before their rocket's ready. Which is annoying. But not the end of the world. We're just going to... yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get that deadline by when we need it. But that's okay. Let's roll this bitch out. Alright guys, first Gemini launch. This is exciting. KSP is the game of the century. I agree. I think there are a few games that have held their relevancy as well as KSP has. I think there's certainly something to be said for that. Okay. We need to try and rendezvous with something. Doesn't really matter what it is. So let's look for a satellite in a reasonable orbit, like this one. What is this? What could go wrong? One probe. How long do we have to wait to be in plane with that? If we launch into plane, 18 hours. Yeah, let's do that. We have plenty of water and stuff on board, so that's not a problem. I need to... Could KSA beat Kerbal Space Program? I think yes. But it would be difficult. Oh, can I do that? Wait, is there a way to do this? There might be a way to... Oh yeah, there is. Oh, that's cool. Check this out, guys. We can mute the ones we don't want to hear from. So like we can select this, we can go data, or no, we can go config, and we can mute the messages. Oh, that's useful. Also, Gemini's launching, by the way. What KSA would need is to be moddable. Absolutely. I think that the thing really keeping KSP alive in the way that it is the modding community. I think that's absolutely a correct call. Okay. Well, I'm going to see if I can mute all of these and see if that alert issue stops now. Because we still want Kerbalism alerts, we just don't want to be constantly berated with them. Okay. 300 meters per second of margin on this stage. It'll be so much better and won't be close. Those are actually good, the critter of the original. Well, okay. Let's not diss the original devs of KSP. The original devs of KSP go hard. It's the... Which I think he's working on KSA, if I'm not incorrect. It was the later on mismanagement that really was an issue, I think. Alright, let's get the science running. I wanted to look at our supplies here. This. How are we doing? We're limited on not much, actually. Electric charge? Electric charge is what we're... Well, we still have this attached. Yeah, we can stay up here for a long time, so... Oh yeah, the new team... Obviously KSP2 devs were atrocious. I just mean that OG KSP devs kind of the GOAT as well. All I'm saying. Yeah, we can get all this science done too. Which is good. I mean, that's 100 science right there. We're going to be launching a lot of Geminis just for science, but let's chill. If his KSP2 Max Minimus is not minty. That's true. That's a big L. It's a big problem, you know? Yeah, if anybody watching has well, everybody watching already has a sub. If anyone has what do you call it? Amazon Prime and want to give me money. Feel free. We fixed this. We literally fixed this. That's incredibly frustrating. Although, you know what? I think we'll actually be fine. Okay, we want to go rendezvous. Planner. We want to intercept with the Holman transfer. It's in 3 days. Do we have 3 days? Yes. Yes. There's no reason we can't stay up here for 3 days. I think we can just execute it. I don't think there's anything stopping us. Kerbals can fly their mission. Yeah, I think we can execute the next node on that. We're going to be up here a while, but I don't think there's anything stopping them from doing that, so... Yeah, I don't think there's a problem. Wait, 800 meters per second to intercept them? Wait, hold up. Abort execution. Why is it so much? What orbit are they in? Why are we in such a bad orbit? The space engineers for the actual game. Yeah, that's for sure. We shouldn't be phased this poorly. I mean, we are. I think our orbit just isn't different enough. Is this our target? That can be our target. How about we make that our target? Yes, that's a lot better. Okay. We're doing okay, guys. Really want to see these RCS start to fire. If they don't, it's going to be a mission abort. They don't seem to be firing. Let's abort node execution. Yep, it's going to be a mission abort. Because we don't have the controllable mass. Do we need to get it down to 6, 7? Yeah, we need to focus on just keeping these guys alive now. This mission is going to be a failure, unfortunately. Well, let's see if it's not. Maybe it won't be. It doesn't necessarily have to be. Let's see if we can pull it off. People can make planet pack mods for KSI. Oh, I'm sure they can. I mean, I think they're going to be very intent on allowing for player-generated stuff, so it wouldn't surprise me at all. Oh, we need to stop. We're going to re-answer. Yeah, I think we need to call this mission an L, guys. I think we need to do our EVA. We actually need to get back into orbit to do that, though. I think, unfortunately, we're going to need to try this again. Which really sucks, but I don't think there's anything we can do. Let's just get back into a decent orbit. Just need this to be above 150. Come on, 150. There we go. Let's do our EVA. Okay. We'll get our EVA done. We're just not going to get the rendezvous done. Which quite frankly sucks, but we're getting a mission done, so I can't complain that bad. Alright, let's get that data transmitted once we can. Yeah, let's get that done. Okay, and let's recover. Deorbit time. I mean, we really do have like plenty of on-orbit capability. That really isn't the issue. Our issue right now is that it's just finding something to go rendezvous with. But we can get other stuff done in the meantime, so it's not the end of the world. The atmosphere does look beautiful, that's for sure. So we need to go from 6.9 to 6.7 on that stage. I think it's literally just the weight of the extra Kerbal. Because, I mean, we looked at the mass and we were within limits for everything. So, I don't know. I mean, again, this is certainly not a failure. We got crew records done. We verified the vehicle. We got our EVA done, and we got science. So, we can't complain too hard about it. It's just a little annoying. In the meantime, we can launch our lunar orbiter and mapper. So, we still got plenty to do. The Kerbal is fat. I mean, seriously. I honestly don't understand why one Kerbal would add all that extra mass, but I guess it did. But Theodore and Keith have survived. Hooray. Shoot deployed. And our boys are making it home safe. Too many snacks? I guess so. I mean, like, I seriously don't have an explanation for why adding a Kerbal adds, like, 300 kilograms of weight, but I guess it tracks. Alright, still a success. Just not quite the success we wanted. Bunch of science to get done. We need to start training them as soon as possible, which will be beginning of 1965. So we are going to miss our deadline for this. Which isn't like, it's really not the end of the world, it's just sort of frustrating. So, let's get that mapper in orbit of the moon. Oh, I just hit launch onto a piece of debris. I'm a genius. If I'm feeling that song. Well, let's recover that launch clamp. Should have sent that to the moon. Okay, let's build our mapper, which we will also use as an extra part of our communications constellation there. So we'll do the comm model. We need better solar panels on these things because these keep dying. So let's fix that. Let's throw some hinged panels onto this thing and let's just make them kind of stupidly large. Maybe not that stupid, but something like that. Yep. And then let's put the science we need. We need infrared radiometer, basic TV camera. Okay, this is everything we need actually. So this is fine. We'll make this a little bit bigger too. We want this thing to never even have an opportunity to run out of science or run out of electricity. Okay, looks good. Let's launch this. Needs a name? Yeah, it does need a name. Anybody have any good names for our lunar surface mapper? If you do, let me know. Hire these. Alright, let's get our research in queue. Getting early docking procedures. we need this. This is important, because we need the better scrubber. We need... We're falling very behind on our rocketry, so let's get down this line a little bit. Get the J2 start being flown, which would be great. And then we're on to the F1 soon. But that'll catch us up with our rocketry, I think. Yeah, just barely not. And we can get some more science in there, so not a problem. Alright, is there anything else we can be doing right now? Not particularly. Let's send up our mapper. Are they ready for training yet? No. What are the requirements for the rendezvous? I only need one crew member on board for the rendezvous. Is that the same for docking? Yeah, there's no requirement for having 2 crew. Okay, that's actually good. That means we can run 1 and 1. I will bite you. I must go. Luna 6-7. See ya, Plasma. Thanks for being here, dude. Luna 6-7 it is. I guess. Do you guys think it's worth bothering, like, streaming on TikTok, like doing the whole vertical thing while I do these streams? I can't imagine it is, but maybe there's something to that. I don't feel like there's a very big demand for Kerbal Space Program streams on TikTok, but maybe there is, I don't know. Or I can do the vertical, like, short streams on YouTube. Highly doubt it. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking. I can't see there being a lot of efficacy in that. Especially not with RP-1 with tiny numbers all around. Yeah. It's true. I do wonder if I kind of shoot myself in the foot by streaming RP-1. But it's what I enjoy, and I hope people watching it enjoy. I might try and stream some other stuff. Like I was thinking about doing a stock, or not a stock, but a modded KSP playthrough without like real solar system and all that, doing interstellar stuff. But I don't know. I think it could be fun to do like a deep playthrough of regular KSP. Never mind, I'm back. Oh, welcome back, Plasma. I gotta buy a better microphone. I'm gonna see how long it takes me with subs to get enough to buy a microphone. Because I'll tell you what, I think most of, if any money I make doing this is just going to go straight back into streaming. Because what's the point if it doesn't, right? I know my mic doesn't sound like atrocious, but it does not sound great. Doing regular plays, but stock isn't that bad, ignoring RPM. Stock in my eyes. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't have anything against it for sure. I still obviously enjoy the game. I just think that I don't know if it's as compelling as doing an RP-1 series, but then again, it's way more accessible. Like people, way more people actually play stock KSP than RP-1. A lot of people, I think RP-1's kind of hard to watch because you have to strike a balance between only issue is the 1/10 scale. Yeah, I agree. But then again, like for doing some of the fun stuff, like building a colony on another star system. Obviously, you can't do that with RP-1 and RSS. So I don't know. I think with RP-1, you do have to strike that balance between explaining every little thing and not, you know, taking all the time to, or, you know, wasting a lot of time doing that as well. So I think there's a balance to be struck there for sure. Alright, we are good for TLI. It's funny, I think this, I think I could land this whole communications thing on the surface of the moon. Which is kind of funny. Alright, we want to go into a polar orbit of the moon if we can here. So let's do this. Oh, I have to pull up that maneuver node. Okay. Let's do a burn now to put us into a... Why is that not changing this? What's happening? Okay. We need to turn down the scale by a lot. Oh, it's that line. It's not the other one. Okay, sure. Okay, we need approximately a 56 meter per second burn here. So orbital requirements, we need to be like 300,000 it looks like. Oh no, we need to be, yeah, like 300,000. So that's pretty close. I think what we'll do, let's see if we can complete this with the RL10 stage, that'd be awesome. I think people who don't play RP-1 won't watch the stream, but if you do a good job simplifying and explaining RP-1 and what you're doing in the videos, then other people watch them as well. The videos, that is. Yeah, I agree with that. I actually think RP-1 videos have a much higher chance of like breakout success than the streams do. Because with the videos, you know, I mean, I could explain, you know, everything as I go. I just don't think there's much of a... I think that makes it really boring a lot of the times. So that's not really what I want to be doing. So, I don't know. It's a difficult question for sure. Alright, let's squeeze some extra performance out of our Centaur stage here. There we go. How do we look? Perfect. That's exactly where we want to be. 219. We can separate here. And we can adjust that slightly. I don't mind being a little bit higher up. It actually would like to be a little bit higher up. We want to go here. And we'd like to be somewhere like 325 looks good. I think that's within our requirements, right? Well, kind of is. We actually want to be lower than this. I messed up there. Oops. Well, you know what? We can call that the top of our orbit. That's fine. Okay. EC. We want to put ourselves into a very slight roll. Just that should be enough. Yep, that's enough. Alright, let's get to the moon. This is good too, because this will act as another comms relay. We don't currently need one necessarily, like an extra one, but it'll be nice to have. Alright, let's get into orbit of the moon. Time to periapsis is 2 minutes. We can just fire now though, because we have the whole orbital maneuvering stage to do most of it. Turn around, I want to see Earth. There you go. How pretty is that? Okay, so we want our apoapsis to be below 500, and then our periapsis to be between 250 and 20. So we'll probably go for like a 240 by 240 orbit. Indeed. It is a small, fragile world. Okay. That's a little low, but it actually does accomplish our orbital requirements. Can we circularize with this? We can. Yeah, we might as well. While we're here. Let's get into a nice circular orbit. Oh, wait, that's going to circularize us too high, isn't it? Well, that's actually fine, because we've done the orbital requirements. We just need to do the science now. This is really annoying. Yeah, so let's run all the science. What's the unmet requirement? Oh. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we can circularize higher up. That's not a problem. So 49 meters per second burn, it's barely anything too. Hit it. Oh, it needs to ullage the motor. There we go. And circularized. Cool. We can decouple the boost stage. We can point ourselves vaguely at the sun. Yeah. We went overboard with the solar panels, but I'd much rather be overboard than under. Everything's running. Orbital requirement is complete. So nothing else to do, I don't think. Let's time warp a couple days here. Just make sure it's doing its thing correctly. Looks like it is. I think this is working. Oh, it needs to be in low space. See? That's why we check these things, guys. We need to lower our orbit down. Why are your probes designed so tiny and cute? I don't know, man. Give me a break. Alright. And we'll go to our periapsis. Just like that. And we'll circularize. Yeah, that was our issue. We needed to be in surface low. Or space low. As long as it's under 250, it doesn't need to be perfectly circular, but I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty circular. Alright, let's point at the sun. Vaguely. Like that. Okay. I think that's good. Okay, now these should start to get complete, which they are pretty quickly. Again, let's give it a little bit more time to start. See, I don't know how long this is going to take. complete, 60% of total, and then 40, and then 90% of 2 of them. Okay. So we need to wait for the orbit to shift slightly, but that's fine. I think we're all good here. It's just going to take time, so. Alright, back to the Space Center. We have done our orbital mapper. Science is looking good. Very good. Where are we at on training? Mission Gemini. They're both still inactive. They'll be done in February, so we can start building the next Gemini. I mean, shoot, we can start building the next 2 of them. Is there anything? Right, we had to change this. Let's make sure that we change this. That would really suck to go up here and mess it up again. Okay, there we go. 7 tons as it should be. Very good. Okay, the next Gemini will be whenever that finishes and our training gets done. That will be our first rendezvous. We're getting our early docking procedures, then we can do our docking as well. Let's just shoot this on this all the way down. We need to get this, and then we can get our F1 engine. And then, guys, we're getting kind of close here. We need like these nodes, and then we're to the moon with crew. So our research is going to take us till 1967 right now. We can up our researcher amount by a pretty wide margin. That's going to take 66 days, so that's fine. Yeah, I mean, we can keep researching up. We're still in 1967, but we're doing pretty good. Let's get that done. We need to watch our date here, because the second that he can start training, we want to start training him on Gemini. Like that. Take 93 days, which isn't great. But we'll have 2 astronauts ready to go, so we can finish building this now. Okay, very good. And then we can also put the better stuff on here now. Water, I got you. I just got a new water filter. Shout out. So we're living large. We're living like Larry. All right. We need to change all of these. Although the ones with minimum crew of 2 we can't do. Are there any of them that we have that are minimum crew of 1? Okay. We cannot do any science, unfortunately. It's a little sad, but we'll just take off all the science on there. We'll put the better scrubber on it so we can stay up longer. And we'll save. Alright, now I must go. Bye-bye. For real this time. Good stream. Don't let the Kraken attack. I'll try my best. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Okay, so that's ready. His training will be done in 32 days. Are we able to... Yeah, we can start training him now for the last Gemini, which will be our docking attempt. We need to build our target vehicle. But we don't have to do that right now, necessarily. So that's all good. How are we doing with our mapping? Okay, we're getting close on that. So, good. 24 days till that's complete. Our admin building is also almost done. We can speed that up a little bit. So we're gonna have to upgrade that again, which is a little annoying. But that will allow us to do a lot more. So we're going to get that started. It's going to take forever. But we don't have to do it super quickly. So, alright, 8 days. He's ready. Alright, let's go, Keith. Okay. We need something to rendezvous with. That looks pretty good. We want to launch into plane. It's going to be in 5 hours. That's fine. It's going to be right. Well. Okay. If it completes another orbit, then we're good. Oh, actually, no, we're not. Okay, that's not going to be our target then. We're going to abort that launch. Well, actually, we don't have to abort that launch. Because what we can do is just wait for it to come back around. Like that. And then we can go. It's 150. It's going to be ahead of us. We want to be into a higher orbit, so we're good. Alright. Godspeed, Keith. Yeah, he's not going to be able to do any science, but that's expected. Yeah, I mean, we are... He can be up here for, like, a long time. A very long time. Okay, get rid of that. So yeah, this is going to be good, because we're going to be right on target with, we're going to be in a higher orbit behind him, so we should be able to intercept pretty quickly. Is this the new engine? No, we still have the old engine on this. I gotta fix that. We gotta be running the new RL-10 for these missions. Honestly, we probably could have done this with a Mercury, now that I'm thinking about it more, but whatever. We have a vehicle that's built for 2 people that's set up for this mission, so that's going to be no big deal. Alright, let's go to rendezvous planner. Let's separate our stage here. If we intercept with a Holman transfer, we're going to be very far away. Is there anyone better to intercept? Let's just start trying stuff. 500. You aren't gonna work, but 400, yeah. Problem is we're a little bit out of plane with this guy. Is there anyone in better plane with us? Not really. I mean, we can do a 500 meters per second burn. That isn't the end of the world. Do we actually stay in orbit though, or is that going to deorbit us is my only concern. Let me try this. Let me try the rendezvous autopilot. That's 700 meters per second. I'm gonna try it. If this doesn't work, we'll cry. That's pretty much what's gonna happen. I should have launched into the right plane. I kind of messed that up, so it's my fault. These are all activated, right? Yeah, they are. This is extremely inefficient, by the way. We should be able to do this much better, but it's okay. Let's try this intercept. It's gonna leave us with 200 meters per second remaining. Which is not amazing. But should do the job. This burn is going to take like 16 minutes, so. Kind of brute forcing the docking here, or the rendezvous. I wish I could make them not do that. Oh, I can make them not do that. Just turn the thrust limiter down. Oh, that's nice. Okay. That's the problem. Okay, we're okay. We're still in orbit. This is such a bad way of doing this. But if it works, it works. Yeah, if I just were to launch into the right plane, this just would not have been a problem. But okay. We're gonna disengage this autopilot. How are we looking? Why do we not have an intercept with this guy yet? We're on the same plane. Our orbit is not matched, I assume. Time warp a little bit here. This is our target. Hey, we're in a higher orbit. We're going to be speeding up. We need to slow down. Yeah, we need to drop into a lower orbit than this guy if we're going to catch up. So let's try it. We need to be like 140 by 140 to be just above the atmosphere. There we go. It's working. Are we getting closer or further away? Separation. Just past our periapsis. We're gonna slow down here. We need to lower that apoapsis down. We've only been on orbit for 4 hours, so we have plenty of time to phase into it. Okay. We should be getting closer every orbit now. We should be in a lower orbit than it. We're in the right plane. Yeah, it's working. Alright, let's keep phasing. How much is it going down per? We're at 140 on that one. Now we're at It's really hard to read. What is this thing's orbit? I mean, we're below it, so we should be catching up. There's no reason we shouldn't be. Again, we have plenty of time to catch up to this thing. The rendezvous planner. Yeah, our separation is steadily decreasing. So we're okay. We just need to keep that coming down. Okay, we're down to 20 kilometers. I went back up. We missed it. If we want to intercept it, that's not going to work. Okay, let's kill our target velocity here, our relative velocity. Oh, no, we can't do that. I suck at this, dude. I like seriously suck at this. Okay, we need to just increase our orbital here. Okay. Alright, let's see what we can do. Up here. No, do it later. Give ourselves a little bit more time. Okay. Okay, that's all we need to do. That will leave me in a safe orbit. Our relative velocity will be 53, which we can also do. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. This is the most labored freaking docking of my life. Rendezvous of my life. Messed up the launch. Still fine on resources. Yeah, still got plenty of them. Alright, let's burn. Cut it. Okay, we're at 0.2. Okay, that's within 100 meters. We drifted. Okay, we're gonna have a relative velocity of 53 meters per second. Which we have the fuel to correct for that. For now. Okay, we need to kill our relative target velocity. Like now. Okay, we're gonna overshoot it. It's just okay. This is very stressful, guys. This is a dingus place Kerbal Space Program. Okay. But you know what? We're gonna do it. slow down. Just need to be within 100. There we go. Okay, we did it. My goodness, we did it, guys. Now, let's hope and pray we have enough fuel to deorbit. I think we do. I think we're fine. Yippee indeed. Okay. Nominal deorbit burn. Decouple. Let's activate our descent RCS. And let's get home. Okay, that's fantastic. I'm very excited for that. We did our rendezvous. We botched the mission, but we managed to make it work. Now let's bring Keith home. That's the nice thing about having on orbit. Actually, it only took us a day. It actually didn't even take us that long. Yeah, I mean, we could have been up here a lot longer. But we take it. Actually, no, we couldn't have. Oh, no, we don't have the service module. So, yeah, we could have. Hello, Gemini I see. Yes, we just completed our first rendezvous. Very, very barely. Love to see re-entry. I got you. Welcome to the stream, Space Guy. You may notice we only have one crew member on Gemini, and you'd be correct, because we cannot afford any more right now. We're very poor. Keith. Hey man, don't be dissing Keith like that, dude. Come on. How'd it go? I messed up the launch. I didn't launch into the right plane. So we had like 50 meters per second left on the orbital maneuvering system to actually re-enter with. It was not Gemini Agena. We're going to be doing that for our next launch. The next one will be our docking. It was just rendezvousing with a satellite we had previously put up there. So it was not, it wasn't any docking or any of that. Oh my goodness, we did it. That's so important. Okay. So we need, let's close out Kerbalism. We need to do our docking now. And then we'll be done with our advanced crude orbit. Yeah. We only need one crew member, so that's fine. We actually don't even need a crew member. Is that true? Yeah, that is true. Huh, we could have just done this without a crew. It's kind of funny. When is this mapper going to be done? I guess it's just going to take time. 72 science, which means we have, well, we're very close to being able to do the F1 engine. Although we could also start getting our Lunar Gemini. We're probably going to do Lunar Gemini, by the way, guys. We're probably not going to do, we also need the landing stuff. That doesn't really help us at all right now. We'd like to start getting flight data on the F1, so we're going to hold off on that. Okay. Let's get the next Gemini building. And then we also need to build our Agena target vehicle. But that's easy. We can just throw that on top of a vehicle that we already have. Okay. Gemini. Take off that, and we're going to throw on the nose docking adapter. This docks with the Agena, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's all we have to do for that. We can unlock that and build this. Okay, and then we need to make another thing, which is going to be an apple. Not a, we're going to beyond. It's going to be an apple centaur. And all we're going to do is take off the navigational bus and throw a docking target on it. And we'll throw some solar panels on it too. Something like this. Oh, yeah, now they're gonna look stupid when they extend. Oh, I can put them on that. Okay, cool. Make it symmetrical. Okay. That's all we need. So, we can... Oh, we need to make it a tiny bit lighter. I guess we could have just taken out utilization on that, but okay, we're building our target vehicle and we have our Gemini building for the actual docking. Yeah. Is there anything else we're not thinking about right now? Not really. This needs... I don't understand how this isn't done yet, but it will be. We're going to be losing a lot of money. And we also don't really have the staff we need for this. But to be fair... Hey, Fretlov, how are you? Welcome, welcome. 102 days is fine, because our training isn't going to be done until... When is he going to finish mission training? August, yeah. So, okay. Okay, we need to slow down this, because we need to not run out of money. Okay. I think there's nothing else to do. Oh, we can scrap this. Yeah, I know we missed that deadline. We're not going to miss it by much, though. So, not the end of the world. Training will be done first. Take another 100 staff off of this and throw them onto this. That'll equalize us a little bit. Actually, we're gonna move 30 back. I'm trying to make them kind of finish at the same time. Okay. We are doing our docking to finish our Gemini program here. Okay, Apple Centaur is complete. Take all of, well, most of these staff and put them onto this. We can roll that out, which can take 12 days, which is fine. Are we done with this yet? I don't understand how this is taking so long. Whatever. Okay, the target vehicle has been rolled out. We can start to roll out this one, which is our docking vehicle. Okay. So this one's going to get launched first. This is a huge mission, guys. This is the one that we really cannot afford to fail. This one fails, we are in a rough spot. So let's pray. This is going to be in front of it, so we want the other one to catch up. So we want to set this one at a higher orbit. So we're going to go 200 by 200 kilometers. Let's do it. Agena is away. this vehicle is massively overbuilt for the mission. But that's okay. The second this thing gets to orbit, we're going to go back and we're going to launch Gemini to come and meet up with it. Just like they did in real life. What was it? Gemini 8 was the first docking with Neil Armstrong on board, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I think that's true. Okay, we're in orbit. Back to the Space Center. Oh yeah, this is much more vibey. Okay. Sure. Let's send it. So, we need to be in the same orbital plane, which we should be inherently from just launching, so that's not a problem. Put that at 200 by 200. We can go 150 by 150 here so we can catch up with it. Let's launch. Our target is Apple Centaur. Okay, so we have about a 1 degree difference in relative inclination. That's not bad. We can definitely handle that. Okay. All successful ignitions. Centaur will carry us to orbit. Okay, orbital insertion seems nominal. Separation is already coming down. That's amazing. It's going to shoot back up probably. Yeah, but that's okay. We knew that was going to happen. Alright, we have inserted into a lower orbit. Separation and test of our engines, we're good. Can enable our RCS here. Okay. Now we need to orbit a couple times and catch up with it. Which is fine. We got plenty of time. So our separation becomes as low as possible. We will burn to intercept. So like... now. We're gonna intercept. Oh no, we're not gonna do it that way. Okay, let's set up our maneuver. It's gonna be in the future. And we're going to increase our orbit. Basically just going to match its orbit. Best we can. You know what? We can actually do the yeah, that's the problem. Aligning the planes is going to be expensive. We can't use that. I mean, it's 250 if we just want to do it this way. Let's just do it this way. Just do it the easy way. There's nothing wrong with doing it this way. Well, there's a little bit wrong with doing it this way, actually. But you know what? We have the performance. Let's get it done. This will be fine. Alright, burn will be starting here in a second. It's going to be 246 meters per second. There we go. Burn has started. Turn the thrust limiter on these down. So we can actually time warp through this. Okay, be careful. Two, one. Alright, maneuver complete. Use a little bit of RCS fuel to adjust our orbit, or adjust our intercept. We're gonna have a 300 meters per second relative velocity, which is fine. We can pretty easily cancel that out. 500 meters, closest approach currently. Honestly, we can handle 500 meters, but it's not the worst idea to make it smaller. Okay, 0.2, 200 meters is good. We're going to set a maneuver to match our velocities at closest approach. Just going to align us with the orbit. Everything is enabled. Turn off fly-by-wire. Okay. We're doing it, guys. Guys, we are doing it. Also deploy the indexing key on that. Okay. Burn has been started. All looks good. We see our target yet? Yes, we can. So we're going to kill our relative velocity here, which basically means we're going to match orbits with it. And then we can do any fine adjustments from there. Still 450 meters per second of orbital maneuvering on board, which is all we need. If you guys see it jumping around like that, all that is the time warp messing with the physics for some reason. Don't ask me why. Okay, we're going to cancel that burn. We're going to go retrograde, and we're going to cancel out our target velocity now. Okay, we are canceled out. We are going to begin to move towards our target. Just like that. Four meters per second. That's fine. Okay, as we start to get close, we're going to be pushing towards retrograde to slow us down. So, closest approach will be in 1 minute. Oh, why it does that, man? That's so frustrating. Okay, we're going to keep letting ourselves drift closer. Just like that. And we are going to kill our relative velocity. Okay. Let's begin to maneuver. So, our target is here. Let's orient ourselves here. Okay, I'm gonna boost forward. And we're gonna start to get closer. I'm so locked in right now, it's unbelievable. Okay, we're going to come out of time warp. Going to RCS target our docking port. Okay, we need to kill our horizontal here. And we need to come up. And back a little bit. Up, up, up. We need to push ourselves over a little bit. Slowly. Okay. Need to come into the middle here. Is our key in the right place? Oh, not at all. Let's switch to this quickly. Do we still have charge on this thing? Yeah, we do. Let's activate these reaction controls. And yeah. Why are we not docking? Well, I can think of a couple reasons. First of all, our key is not placed where it needs to be. Let's fix that. Alright, let's thrust back in. Putting a spin on this thing is not good. Let's try to get to where we have comms so we can stabilize this thing. Okay. That thing is stabilized now. So let's go back. Let's try it again. Alright, let's make our approach. But we do it this way. A little first person action. It's kind of sick. This whole thing is just kind of awesome. I mean, we're right in line. Key in the right place. Yes, it is. Dock. Let's go. Oh, we did it. Yippee! Okay, we have successfully docked, guys. Let's undock and let's come home. Job's a good one. That was so exciting. I'm so happy. Alright, decouple. Turn you on. Thrust limiter can come way down on you. Okay. Let's bring our boy Theodore Mora home. Oh, we did it. That's so awesome. That was so stressful. Alright, we're coming home. When was Gemini 8 in real life? March 6th, 1966. You know what? We might have actually, we might have been right on the money with that one. I think we're basically in March of 1966. So I think we're currently on pace with real life. Alright, Theo's bringing her in. Good re-entry. And let's come home. Finally. 500. Get rid of the docking adapter. Shoot deployed. Oh my goodness, we did it, guys. That is unbelievably exciting. And splashdown. Oh, Theodore. We did it. Yes. Okay. That's awesome. Where do we go from here? I think we go to the moon is the answer. Oh no, we beat real life. We finished it in September of 1950. 1956. Alright. Crude lunar exploration, guys. It's time. Unbelievably exciting. And then we can complete this, and we can get early interplanetary. Okay. We are in for it, guys. It is time to look towards the moon. Back just in time. There you go, dude. We just finished the, we just did our docking. And we are unlocking our F1 engine. Okay. Let's get to work. First thing we can do, let's look at some transfer windows. We can start sending our interplanetary probes. When's our next transfer window? 2 years. That's fine. What about Mars? Year and a half. Okay. We'll have those built and ready to go for that. So we'll do our interplanetary beginnings. But we need to focus now on the big goals. We can accept all of these because we're going to do that. Alright, crewed lunar flyby is going to be the first one that matters here. For that, we need our lunar orbital lunar orbiter capsules. So that's our Gemini capsule, or our Gemini lunar. So we need science. Where are we going to get science from? Well, I think... Oh, we can't build a rover yet. Well, what can we do? How can we get science? We can do a Gemini launch. That is how we can do. That's how we can get science. We still have a bunch of Gemini science we have not gotten. So let's send her back up again. Yep, we're gonna add some science. We can do long-term stuff here. I need to know what we already have done. Well, we definitely don't have that done. I don't think we have that done. And we don't have that done. Okay. There is our science to do. Nothing else is going to change about this craft, so that's all good. Oh, actually there is something we're going to change. We are going to put the better config of RL10 on this thing, which we should have done a long time ago. Okay, save and exit. And then we need to pretty much immediately start building our Saturn V launch pad. That needs to happen as soon as possible, because that's going to take a couple years to build. And if we're going to beat the Americans to the moon, we have 5 years to do it. But you know what? Or 4 years to do it. I think we can do it in 4 years, guys. I think we might just pull this thing off. So that's good. We probably should get our commercial applications done. That's something to do in the meantime. So let's build ourselves a communication network thing, shall we? So we need the Apple Centaur, and we're just going to take that off. We don't need the solar panels either. And we're going to throw one of these on top. We need 100 units of NavSat payload. Go even smaller than that. Something like that. That's good. It's a cheap rocket to build. It should build fast. Yeah, it takes 17... Oh no. It takes longer than that, but it won't take long to build. So we can throw that up. We'll have to launch 3 of those soon. Which is fine. So we can throw some staff on that. We should start hiring more staff, but right now we're going to be a little bit limited. We don't need to build the Gemini super quickly, actually. 54... We might just do this. Pretty much max it out. 37 days on that. And 125 days on that. But I think that's fine, because we need both crew. And he's not going to be ready until December. So I think that's fine. I think we can just launch this guy, actually. Do we have the contract for our network? No, we don't. So let's get that contract. Early Navigation. Oh, we need to get rid of one of these for now. Not those. Early interplanetary. We need to get rid of some of these for now, which is fine. We're gonna do them soon. Okay, we can do that. We can roll you out for launch. Oh, we don't have any money. We're out of money. Okay, we can unassign the engineers from that for now. Oh wow, we're really out of money. How are we out of money? We just accepted the most expensive freaking program in the game. Oh, the first year, it does not give you all that much money. And neither does that one. And this one, well, this one's maxing out, but it's never that much money. Okay, well, that's good to know. We should probably fire 100 researchers right for now. We'll bring them back. Throw that back on there. We're profitable. Actually throw... No, we can't. Okay, let's throw this up. Welcome back, Ball Muncher. 1600. What's the 1600 about? Why is that your name? Alright, sync guidance. We need an orbit of 750 by 750. And an inclination of 90 degrees. Okay. We have enough performance. Actually, just barely. We're actually cutting it a little close with this thing. But we do in fact have enough, so no big deal. Probably could have optimized this thing a little bit better. Is this using the new configuration of RL10? Yeah, it is. Cool. Wait, is it? No, that's the A1. No, that's still the old one. I gotta remember to do that because we need flight data on that engine. So we need to be launching that as often as we can. Honestly, we really should build a super cheap launch vehicle that doesn't use our Centaur stage. I mean, it's fine. Like, we have it all tooled and we've built a lot of them. But it's probably better if we had a just super cheap, like, I hate to say it, but Falcon 9 style rocket that could get the job done. But this is okay. Alright, successful orbit. Back to Space Center, and we're going to build 2 more. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Okay. Yeah. We're good. And then we got to build our TV communications relay thing, which is a whole nother box of frogs. We don't have any money, so we can't build this thing right now. This is going to make it more expensive too, but not by much, and we need the flight data, so. Okay, let's save up a little money. I gotta get some new emotes. All my emotes are my old branding thing of the snake. Okay. We're making good money, so we'll be able to launch that quickly. Let's get to 6,000. Okay, we can throw up another apple. And then we're gonna build our... We'll start planning our interplanetary missions soon. Okay, add it to the integration list. Fantissimo. 45 signs from something. Don't know where all that came from. We probably need... We need to get lunar orbital capsules. So we're going to be saving up for that. Like, we could use the better solar panels and all this stuff, but right now that is the most important thing. So, okay, we are still positive on money. It's going to be done in 17 days, which is good. Which means we've caught up with our research, which is good. Can I train Theodore yet? No, I cannot. We're going to time warp till he can be trained, which is now. That'll be done in 95 days, so that we'll be ready to launch our next Gemini in March. It's going to be built before then, but that's fine. Alright, next Apple Centaur can go up. We need to keep building up those unlock credits. That's a big deal. We are behind on our rep cap, but that's not the end of the world. Alright, next one of these. These launchers are kind of boring, they're all the exact same, but we gotta do it. Ugh. We're probably gonna look at building a geostationary satellite array soon. Because we kind of need to do that for this, the early commercial applications, so we'll try and get that done with. Okay, we're flying good. I think these engines are slightly less reliable at this point. No, they're not. 99.1% chance of ignition. That's awesome, man. For such a high energy engine as well. Really cannot complain about that. We will probably build a model of our S4B stage and throw that onto our interplanetary one so we can have that all tooled and built and stuff. We need the money to start coming in though, because we're going to start making our Saturn V launch pad, which is going to take a couple years. We should probably hire some more astronauts as well, because we're going to need at least 2 crews. Yeah, we need money, man. I mean, again, this is going to ramp up severely. This is too. So that's fine. We could get more money if we get rid of him, but that's going to hinder our research, so I think we leave it. Research is just as important as everything else right now. Yeah. Alright, let's get our last constellation satellite up there. Our last network satellite. It's probably also other science we can be doing around the moon and stuff. Like, we probably would not be a problem if we added some more surface exploration stuff as well. Okay, that's done. Training for Theodore is going to be done soon. His training expires, in April. Is that going to be a problem? No, that will not be a problem. Okay. We'll be launching our next Gemini in March, which is just purely for science, which is good. We do have a trickle of science coming in. I don't know where that's coming from, but whatever. Alright, and then this is our last satellite for our early navigational network. So, very good. 750 by 750. Yep. Exact same launch we've done 3 times now. But like I said, we are getting data on our RL10 config. So the more reliable we can make that, the better. So, not a problem. We've already maxed out the flight data on these, so. We have a very small likelihood of failing missions at this point in our program, which is kind of nice. Okay, Apple Centaur 3 is on its way. Done in 1:23. So Okay, we're circularizing at our orbit like that. And then we need to wait 2 minutes, and we're done. Cool. So, the one issue is that we currently cannot get into geostationary with our Apple Centaur vehicle, which we really would like to be able to do ideally. So we're going to have to think about that. The money's already starting to ramp up, so we're going to start hiring researchers like hell. We're going to go to 2,000, leave 25,000 in reserve. We need that to happen. I didn't mean to hit the VAB, by the way. How far away are we from our interplanetary transfer windows? Let me see. We have 300 days till we have our Mars transfer window, so I should have rolled this out. That was stupid. 14 days for rollout? Seriously? Do we not have that maxed out? Oh, we don't. Okay. Now we do. Oh, it's 7 days for rollout. Cool. Okay. Gemini is a go. This is purely for science. We're going to be up there for a day and then come right back. But we need the science. We're very close, but we're not quite to where we need to be for our research, so we'll go 200 by 200. It's fine. Alright, lift off. Yeah. I don't know what can go wrong with these rockets. I mean, we can just have some, like, terrible RNG, but that engine has a 0.5% chance of failing. These have a 0.6% chance of failing. So we're doing pretty damn good in terms of our launch reliability. Okay, that's a concerning issue, but I think we'll be okay. I think these experiments take a lot of mass, which if that's true, that could come back to bite us. Because we might not be controllable on our second stage. But it's only one way to find out. He's doing the wibbly wobblies, dude. Yeah, we have to be at 7 tons on this top stage to be controllable. Do we think that this tank and engine weighs 1.5 tons? With some fuel still in it? Probably. Okay. So we are a little bit uncontrollable. But if we burn this just for a little bit, we will become controllable. So we're going to mess up our circularization a little bit, but okay, we're controllable. That's fine. Alright, we got to be up here for a day. Let's get the science done. We've got plenty of resources to be up here for a day. We've already established that, so. Alright, let's activate our RCS, and let's deorbit this bitch. How long have you been streaming? 2.5 hours? Okay. We'll probably stop before we get to 3, I think. Alright, deorbit complete. Separation. RCS on. I set the thrust limiter a little higher, but not too much. Alright, come on home, boys. Actually, is there any more EVA science to be doing? Nope. There probably is, but not there. So. Alright, let's bring her in. Keith and Theodore are absolute chads. Theodore is truly amazing. The fact that he has not died. I mean, he was our first astronaut, and he flew all the X-planes, he did everything, and he is still with us somehow. It's quite unbelievable. but nevertheless. We got all that data, which is great. We have crew reports, apparently. Oh, from the upper atmosphere. That's interesting. Alright, good re-entry. So, we'll do a little bit of talking right now while we're waiting for this. My plan is I want to get crew on Mars. I think that is our ultimate goal for this series, would be to have a presence on Mars. So the series is not going anywhere, because that is going to be very difficult. But I don't really have like a timeline goal for that, but that is my goal. I want to... I've never done that before. I've never done anything even like that in RP-1, so I think that'll be a fun goal. I think that will be what we need. Okay, good recovery, shit ton of science, which is amazing. Unlock credit is increasing, which is also great. Money is okay. Still are a little bit short on that. What do we need? Lunar orbital capsules, and then we need to go down the landing line and get lunar landing. And then we need docking and crew transfer, and that's it, guys. We have all the research we need for a crewed lunar landing. Which is just, like, seriously insane to think about. We're auto-hiring researchers, which is good. Okay. Let's take a look at what we have to be doing. Probably we will start looking at, well, we can do more science, but we need, well, first of all, let's build our launch pad for our Saturn V. New launch pad, crewed lunar ball muncher. We'll call it the ball muncher pad, launch pad. There you go, ball muncher, shout out. You're an OG. You get a space here. It's going to be 3,000 tons. It's going to be human rated. Yeah, it's going to take 2 years to build at maximum build, which is a lot. But that's what we need pretty much. I mean, 2,800 tons brings us down quite a bit. 2,750. I think we want 28. I think 2,900 is probably the minimum we can feel comfortable with, because we don't know what our vehicle's going to look like. So, start building it. The ball muncher launch pad. That is going to eat up a lot of our funds, for sure. Although right now, we're actually fine, but that's because we're not building any rockets. But our funds are only going to go up, and we also need to upgrade our astronaut complex. Which is also going to be very expensive. Yeah. That's actually the most expensive part. So... yeah, we're going to have to do something like that right now. Okay, looking forward, we need to design our interplanetary probes. So, I want to see what my options are for that. If we can do it with our smaller launch vehicle, that would be great, but I am very skeptical. But what we can do, we're sending a very light object into interstellar space. So I don't hate the idea of of doing a hydrogen lower stage. Typically, I would be against the concept. However, I don't think it's the worst idea. Because that gives us the mass budget to build a super high performance upper stage. Now, well, I think we can leave the Centaur as it is. We need to build and take all this apart. Yeah, we can actually just get rid of all this. We need to build our interplanetary probe, and then we need to build a kick stage for it. If this doesn't seem like it's going to be possible, by the way, guys, we will just switch back to doing it the other way. But I want to see, because I think it might be. Okay, it's going to be deep space. Anyone know how much delta V we need to get into orbit of, like, Mars? Let's see. Look it up. Capture into about 3,000 for safety. Okay. So, let's see what we can do here. I think we'll end up using our... What are the efficiencies like? We can't use hydrogen. I think we're going to end up using our Juno engine. Do we have a better config for this? We do. What does that do for us? Not a huge amount. Makes it more reliable. Yeah, that's worth doing. Okay. So that's enough. Right there. It's not going to be. Because this is going to end up being, like, way heavier. Oh, actually it isn't. Huh. Okay. Well, we still have to consider solar panels. Let's be realistic here. We need big-ass solar panels, like, very big. Like, very big. Because it needs to be able to produce excessive power. Okay. Antenna planning Mars. Okay. We need a tracking center upgrade. It would appear. Which is not great. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna leave this for now. Apple Mars. Yeah, our building upgrades are kind of gonna be a problem. We can stop on the admin building. We really don't need that. We do need this, though. Let's buy it. It's going to take a while. And it's going to be expensive. Damn it. But for us to do our interplanetary probes, we're going to need that. We just don't have the comms technology right now. Oh, I entered the wrong thing. I think we're going to miss our transfer window. Well, that says it's only going to take 93 days, actually. Yeah, we have tech level 3. I mean, if we bring this down and just rush that, 93 days. That's actually not bad. We can make that work. We just have to hope that we have enough connection strength, I guess. I mean, with tech level 3, antenna planning Mars. The minimum distance, we have enough doing it this way. But we don't know what it's going to look like. Okay. We're going to say this is enough. We're going to remove the internal antenna on this thing. How do we do that? Antenna disabled. How much extra delta V does that give us? Not a bad little amount. Because we're just going to use this thing. We're going to make this all gold. We do need to add a RCS tank to this. That's going to limit our performance a little bit extra. Doesn't have to be big at all. I mean, it really does not need to do much. It just needs to be able to orient us. Yeah, we can use that. We're gonna need that anyway. That lowers our performance by a hell of a lot, though. That means this needs to get a little bit longer. I mean, if we can send this craft on an intercept course for Mars, then we'll be okay. But I think our problem is we do not have enough delta V down here. So we need an additional kick stage here. Which I guess will go on top of our Centaur stage. What if... This is getting expensive. But... what if we just did this? Just threw another RL-10 stage up here. I mean, we're going to be getting heavier. Maybe that's not the end of the world. We need to be able to get this part into orbit, basically. I mean, not even, actually. We can go smaller than this. Yeah. I mean, we can really bring this down quite a bit. Let's have 4,000 meters per second to be safe. And this needs to be controllable to 11 tons. I think this will work. And it's incredibly light, obviously, because it's all hydrogen. So, nothing wrong with that. Okay. Let's set up our staging. Need these to go. These to separate. We need this to go. Something like that. Need to set it up like that. Okay. That's not quite enough right now. Could do something like that. I don't hate that. But that really does not help us much, actually. Shoot. I don't know about this. I mean, we can make this, like, way bigger. We actually need to. Maybe that's the answer. Maybe we just go way harder on the first stage. Turn up our diameter even. I mean, that's excessive, but something like that. That puts us within the mass we're looking for. Excuse me, guys. Goodness, sorry, I'm gonna be in jump scare. Hello, little enzyme. By the way, little enzyme, if you have Amazon Prime, you can sub for free. I just thought of that because I was thinking you probably have Amazon Prime. All right, throw 4 of these on there. It gives us plenty of thrust to weight. Make this all white. Oh, it's the wrong white. Well, white paint. Okay, that gives us 15,000 seconds of delta V. If you have Amazon Prime, you can Prime sub for free. Give me free money. Sick. Okay. These avionics need to be able to control 24 tons. Okay. Is there anywhere we can save mass on this thing? We need these first 2 stages to be able to get us in orbit. That's the problem that we're going to run into. Do we actually need more than 1 of these? We want it. Can do something like that. That gives us, that's a decent boost actually. Okay, so on Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, you can link your Twitch account and then give me $2.50 a month for free. It's sick. Okay. 4 engines, we can make this bigger. And we're still within our math budget. That's an extra 500 meters per second as well. Yeah. Is this worth doing? It actually might be. Now it's 7 meters per second different. Well, let's just do it. Well, there's only one way to know. Let's test it. Free money glitch? Yeah, dude. I mean, you're paying for Amazon Prime, but yeah, it's basically infinite money. Okay. We need to go into an orbit of like 145 by 145. And we need to have... Okay. We need to finish on burn 2. Stage 2. Okay. This actually seems like it's going to work. I don't know what we need in terms of delta V for the transfer, though. Yeah, that I do not know. Is 1100 enough for the transfer? I mean, probably. Above 3,100 meters per second of delta V for the transfer. How much is it to transfer to Mars? It's probably more than that, but like 3,600. But we could get that delta V on that stage. Okay. I think the only thing we can do is just try it here. Hey! Thank you for the Prime sub. Nice. Yeah, I think the only thing we can do here is just give it a shot. I don't think there's much else to be done. I mean, we can slightly increase this, but we're going to go over our mass budget if we're not careful. That's about as much as we can get out of that, which does give us an extra 200 seconds, it looks like. Can we do that, or is that over? That's over. Yeah, so that's all we can give it. Alright, let's try it. I guess. Yippee, it's blue to show my poverty status. Yeah! Something like that. Okay. Pull up our alarm clock. We're gonna warp to this. So, let's do that. Hours. We'll launch with like 5 hours to go. That's fine. Okay. Let's do it. Oh, we had an engine failure. Well, that probably means we're gonna have to try again. Which is great, because now I get the time warp again. Yippee! Okay, back again. Let's do this again. Okay, it was faster that time. Alright, we missed it by 12 minutes, it's fine. Are these engines like unreliable? Oh, not really. Weird. Okay, so we are not going to have the performance on our Centaur to get us into orbit, which we already knew. But that's okay, because we have, you know, 3600 on this top stage, which gives us a lot more options. So, I think that's okay. Transfer to another planet. Advance transfer to another planet. Okay, we're gonna go to Mars. We're gonna simulate this thing all the way to Mars. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we need 3900. Which means, yeah, I'm a little bit suspicious if this is going to be enough to get us into orbit of Mars, but maybe it will be. Only one way to find out. You spin me right round, baby, right round. Because what's that going to leave us with? We're going to be taking away how much? Do the math in my head, I suck at this. It's going to leave us with basically 2,500 meters per second of delta V. Is that enough to capture the Mars orbit? I don't know. Maybe it is. Let's find out. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Actually, we're going to be more like 3,800. It's actually not that bad. Okay. Can use our, well. Need to get in reach of comms here. Okay. Let's use our RCS to fine tune our approach. Like that. Okay. I don't know what the requirement is for the actual orbit, but let's fly by within... Let's go for a 50 million orbit. Okay. We do have to quickly point at the sun. Like that. That fuck up anything? Nah, not really. Okay, let's go. This is purely a simulation, so no worries there. Come on, let's get out of Earth's sphere of influence. Okay, we are officially in space. Well, we were already in space, but you know what I mean. Okay. Oh. Yeah. No, we are going to have to remember to do that. We're going to have to remember to point the solar panels at the sun every now and then. It's a good thing to remember. Okay, there we go. Probably have to do that a couple times. Okay, let's get going here. Oh, we need to do it again. Yeah, we're gonna have to remember to do that every couple of months, it looks like. Which is fine. We're gonna lose comms, which we kind of knew was gonna happen. It's not the end of the world. We're actually like blipping in and out of having communications. I don't understand why that is. Oh, we're losing power again. And we don't have comms right now to fix it. There we go. Just barely got them back. I don't know where we're getting comms from. I don't know how we have comms sometimes, because I thought we are under where we need to be for that. But whatever. It's like one center's... the space center, only the space center is able to give us enough strength. That's interesting. Okay, well, either way. I think we went a little too close. I don't think we're capturing into this orbit. I think if we want to capture near an orbit, we need to be way higher. I mean, let's see what happens, but... Not exactly burning at the most efficient point either, but... you know what? If I would have burned at my periapsis there... He actually might have been fine. I mean, let's get to the periapsis. Just use up all the RCS fuel we have on board and see. Yeah, I think even with this, we're just not going to be quite where we need to be. I mean, we're close. Like, really close. But if we want to capture, we need to be... Turn off SAS and use fly-by-wire. Yeah. I think we need some more power. Okay. That's good to know. So we gotta workshop this a little more. I mean, the answer is, I think, for us to just slap this vehicle on top of a bigger rocket. Like, we basically just do this. And just turn this into a capable vehicle. Really don't have to even change much here. Like, actually, we can get rid of those comms altogether. Get rid of that tank, we don't need that. What just happened? Okay. We can get rid of that. Throw these back on it. We are gonna need RCS. And then, yeah, I mean, that's enough. You gotta be damned if that ain't enough. The only thing we're missing is an RCS tank. Okay. That does lose us a bunch of performance, which is to be expected. Turn down that utilization quite a bit. You can also make these into that. Yeah. And then let's give this a bit more performance. How much controllable mass? We have 2.1 tons, so we can... Well, we also need these to be bigger. Maybe not quite that big, but pretty close, actually. Okay, and then we can turn up this utilization a little bit. That gives us 3,500. I think that has to be enough. I mean, we can go a little harder on this. Not that much, but we can go to like... that. Although, actually no, we can't. Because this needs to be like 50. Yeah, that actually changes things a lot, doesn't it? Yeah, we actually need to make this smaller. We can bring these down a bit. I don't think that's enough. I have to change these avionics, which I really did not want to do. I think realistically it's going to have to look something like that. And then slapping this on top. Yeah. We'd actually still need more power, which is crazy to think about. What if, instead of this, we turned this into a liquid hydrogen engine? If we threw this thing on it, put it on the vacuum variant. Oh, we don't have the vacuum variant. We will, but we don't have it right now. I mean, that brings down our mass by a lot. I don't know if that necessarily gives us the performance we need, though. It doesn't. I mean, what if we slap some RL10s on it instead? We go like that. About that. It's 40 tons. Just less than the other one was. No, I mean, it's basically the same performance for no benefit, because we're just making a more expensive vehicle to build. Well, we need to gain some performance somewhere. Yeah, man, I really don't know. I mean, this is probably excessive. If we gave that 3,400. I mean, let's test it. This will probably be the last thing we do for today. We'll simulate this interplanetary and see how we do. I think this is all we can do. Okay, transfer window. I mean, it'll get to Venus fine. Like, this would all work for Venus. But for Mars, I don't know. Come on, just get us within a couple hours. Okay, that's fine. Oh, we need to cut off stage 2. Yeah, it's just not going to have enough. And we're flying in the wrong direction for some reason. But I mean, this already tells us what we need to know. We have basically the exact same performance as we had on the lighter, cheaper vehicle. Okay, well, that's something for us to handle next time. We've been live for 3 hours and 10 minutes, so I'm gonna head out from here, I think. We need to figure out a way to give this thing way more performance. And I don't really know what that solution is right now, except for making a heavier rocket. But we really can't afford to do that, so we'll figure it out. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll see you guys